Yes. Happy morning, children. Hope you all are doing good. Okay. So, in the last class, what are the concepts we have learned, children? Can you people just recall those concepts? So, by that, we can just continue the today's class. Okay. What are the concepts we have learned? Yes, we have learned about how British came to India. From so many days we are learning this. Why British came to India, how British came to India, and what was the main purpose they came to India. And then, yes, from their main idea, that is, they were thinking for the, yes, the trade, but how fastly they started with the, yes, I know the politically they started to interfere and the economical growth, all those things we have seen. And then what happened? They started to take more and more power, even in the political power also. Okay. In the last class, we have seen about the war between the British and Marathas, and then Tipu Sultan. Who's the Tipu Sultan? Is known as the Tiger of Mysore. Okay, there was a war against the Tipu Sultan. So they started to establish the company's power. Okay, so earlier directly they were not, yes, they were not attacking by their military with the Indian territories, but slowly they were playing with the politically, economically. Then slowly they used to take the annexure. That means the control over that particular places. Okay, and then we understood about subsidiary alliance. What do you mean by subsidiary alliance, children? Yes, our Indian rulers, the Indian rulers didn't have a right to have their army, but they have to pay some amount to maintain the army with the British people. So the British will supply the army to our Indian rulers if any necessary. So for that, if they are not paying that amount for the maintenance of army, again what they'll be taking? They'll be paying putting some penalty. So by that what happened? They have to give the part of their territory to the company and the British people. Okay, those things we have understood, and war against Marathas also we understood. And today's concept, the same chapter, that is from trade to territory, we are going to continue. See, in today's class we'll see the climb to paramountcy. What is the meaning of paramountcy? It is like a supreme power to the company. They started to climb the supreme power, supreme authority within the country. Okay, about that we'll see. And then the doctrine of lapse. This is one of the the policy they have been introduced. Okay, that we'll see, and we'll go for recapitulation. Okay, yes, children. Yes, the first thing, the climb to paramountcy. So that means this British people, they were trying to get, we have already seen that, they were expecting the puppet rulers. But later what they started to think, instead of, taking the puppet rulers, why can't we become the Nawabs? Okay, so they started to become Nabobs. So finally what happened? They started to, take the power of our country also. Okay, so the same way, this is also the paramountcy also is like a supreme power. This kind of policy they started to take. The supreme power will be with the company, that is East India Company. Our Indian rulers will not have such a rights or the power. Okay, more than our Indian rulers, they took the power. That is what they'll call it as a paramountcy. Okay, see here. It is clear from the above that from the early 19th century, the company pursued an aggressive policy of territorial expansion. So finally what happened? We have seen that. So earlier their idea was only to expand their trade, but later their the vision and mission both has been changed. So what they started to do, they wanted to become a rulers, they wanted to become the Nawabs. Okay, they wanted to expand their company, the territory, empire. Okay, so due to that, what happened? They started to bring some new policies, new ideas, new methods where they can suppress our Indian people. Okay, so by that they introduced many policies, many aggressive policies just to expand their territory. Okay, see here, children. Under Lord Hastings, he's a Governor General from 1813 to 1823. A new policy of paramountcy was initiated. So, who has introduced the paramountcy, the policy of paramountcy? Lord Hastings. Okay, he's the Governor General from 1813 to 1823. He has introduced a new policy called as a paramountcy. What is exactly the meaning of this paramountcy? What exactly it consists? See, children. See. Now the company claimed that its authority was paramount or supreme, hence its power was greater than that of Indian states. So I explained you people in the beginning only. So the company, that is British East India Company, took the power, took the authority, that is the paramount or the supreme authority. So even in India also we have got a Supreme Court. What is the role of Supreme Court, children? So that is the supreme, that is the judgment if we get from the Supreme Court, then there is no comparison with that. Okay, that is the supreme, highest authority. Same way, this British people took the authority, supreme authority. Okay, so that is the reason what happens. Their power was greater than that of our Indian states, Indian rulers. More than our Indian rulers, they have got the power. Okay, that is the reason, that is supreme power they have got. See, in order to protect its interest, it was justified in annexing or threatening to annex any Indian kingdom. So what happens? In order to protect its interest, it was just justified in annexing, that means controlling or taking the control over the states, Indian states, or they were threatening, they were trying to take the control over any Indian kingdom. That means they are showing that they have got the supreme power. Okay, supreme means it is a ultimate power they have got more than our Indian states. See, this view continued to guide later British policies as well. So finally what happened? This policy, this supreme power has continued with them. The British people, they continued the same supremacy or the power, the greater power. Even the next, whatever the new policies they have been introduced in our country, they try to continue to have that power. Okay, we are the supreme, we are more powerful than even Indian states. So whatever the policies we want, we can frame it. So with that idea, they started to frame some new policies also. Whatever the British policies they were framing, they were taking the complete power or authority and they were framing the policies. Okay, see here. This process, however, did not go unchallenged. So as we know that our Indian rulers were not so weak. Yes or no, children? So even many our Indian rulers were, they fought for the freedom and they fought against the British. So finally, whatever the supremacy they were taking, it was not that much easy to continue the process. It was very challengeful. Okay, see. For example, when the British tried to annex the small state of Kittur, it's in Karnataka today, Rani Channamma took to arms and led an anti-British resistance movement. Children, about this lady. You can even now study, you can even get the many books about her. She is one of the, the women freedom fighter. If we see about the, the freedom fighters list, she is one among them, and she is from Karnataka. The place it is Kittur. Okay, it's one of the small state, that is Kittur. It's in Karnataka today. So when the British people tried to take the control over this Kitturu, so Rani Channamma, she took an, initiative, and she fought against this British people. Okay, guys, remember about this lady, Rani Channamma. Usually she is known as Kitturu Rani Channamma. Okay, Kitturu Rani Channamma. When the British people tried to take the annex, that is the control, they were trying to conquer that particular place. So that time she took an initiative and she led an anti-British resistance movement. Okay, see here. She was arrested in the year of 1824 and died in prison in the year of 1829. So finally, she got arrested by the British people in the year of 1824. Okay, and she was in prison. So she died in the prison only in the year of 1829. So you can see many, historical movies about this lady, Kitturu Rani Channamma also. Okay. If you are interested, you can just search and you can watch some movies also, how effective and how efficient lady she was. Okay. Yes, children. See, but Rayana, a poor Chaukidar of Sangoli in Kittur, carried on the resistance. So this person, the Rayana, he known as a Sangoli Rayana. Sangoli is a place where he was working as a Chaukidar. So he was a, assistant to this Channamma, and he started to continue the, the resistance which Channammaji was doing. Okay, even about this Sangol, this Rayana also, recently in Kannada, there is a movie, it's a, the big hit movie, Sangolli Rayana. Movie name itself is a Sangolli Rayana. You can see that movie and understand how they were fighting against this British, how the movements were, the resistance activities were carried, that and all you can see, children. Okay, see. With popular support, he destroyed many British camps and records. So finally what happened? With the support of the many other people from the locality around the Kittur, so what happened? He destroyed many of the British camps and records also. Okay. Because the British people, as we know, they were collecting the more taxes, they were putting the more, the restrictions to our Indians, and they were trying to control the entire Kittur. So that is the reason they were trying to suppress the British. So that is the reason they destroyed many British camps and even the records. See, but he was caught and hanged by the British in 1830. So finally what happened? Even Rani Channammaji was also got arrested and she died in the prison only. The same way, after the Channammaji's death, even the Sangoli Rayana, okay, even he caught and hanged by the British people in the year of 1830. So this tree, if you watch that, if you see history about the Sangoli Rayana and all, this tree is known as a messenger tree. So if they want to pass any messages, because earlier the Britishers, when they were there, to exchange the message also, it was very difficult. For our Indians, they didn't have a proper channel to communicate. They have to, hide, and only they have to send the messages as whatever the things. So that time this tree was known as a messenger tree. So that is the reason the Sangoli Rayana was hanged on the, with the same tree, the banyan tree. Even now, they worship this tree in Karnataka. Okay, so finally we understood about the Rani Chennamma, and what is the meaning of paramountcy, and about Sangoli Rayana.